All right. Good to see everybody this morning. So, just so you know, I'll say it a couple of times, but our word for today is network and really the power of the network. Okay. I want you to think about that just a little bit. Okay. As we get everything moving, we're going to be streaming this in just a few minutes over on Facebook. So, I want to see that pop up in a second. We'll get this thing kicked off, but good to see you. And if you will, in the chats, go ahead and let us know where you're tuning in from. If you didn't get to say, we'd love to hear from you. Bill and Susan says, good morning from Missouri. Good to see everybody. And finish out a week. It's been a really good week on here. I love the topics we picked and looking into them and thinking about them. It's been really good. So good to see you. We're almost ready to go. It takes just so everybody knows, it takes a few minutes to get it streaming live. But now we're live. So happy Friday, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. Big waves out there. So listen, in the chats, in the comments, if you will, let us know, please, where you're tuning in from. We always love to hear from you. And it's Friday. How many of you love Friday? How many of you, when you wake up, you just, man, Friday just feels different. It just feels different. Yeah. I remember Fridays, and they still do in a way, you know, they're just kind of my world. Monday's no different than Friday, but Fridays still have a little bit of a difference in them. So I love Fridays. Well, today we're going to talk about networking, the power of network. Okay. Now, here's the funny thing. Me and Myra actually has talked this morning, but you know, she immediately, I'll let her tell you, she was thinking about network marketing, right? Because that's my profession, right? We grow this global network. And you know, really the funny thing about network marketing, it is just truly networking. It's just spending time with people. It's just connecting dots. I'm going to talk about that. But what I want you to do today is I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper. If it's anywhere where you can, grab a pen and a piece of paper. So Coach Myra Miles has got some things that she wants you to jot down, okay? So I'm going to get right into it. You know, I say a lot, this comes out of me a lot, the sum of your net worth is the sum of your network. I've never met someone that's got a lot of wealth that does not have a large network, you know? And when you look at the definition, it says a group or system of interconnected people or things. So I started thinking about that, the power of the network. And then where it led me was, how do you forge a strong network? We're getting into 2021, right? We're getting into this new year. How do we forge a strong network? Rick and Jane, Bill and Susan, Pat and Tanya, Brent Palmer. How do I forge a stronger network than I have? I've come up with 5 things. I want you to think about these 5 things. Number 1, you're going to forge a stronger network if you lead with love when you're dealing with people. When you're dealing with humans, if you will lead with love, if they can feel your heart, if they can feel that you care, you're going to forge a stronger network this year. And we've all got the ability to do that. Number 2, if you take a meeting, think about this. If you take a meeting for what you can learn, not what you're going to earn. Do you realize so many people in the world do not meet with people because they don't feel like there's going to be a monetary gain from it? Do you realize the most successful people in the world, I know you do, They take meetings for what they can learn first. Okay? So, number 3, you listen to understand before being understood. When you meet with people, when you spend time with people, when you're on the phone with people, you're going to forge a stronger network if you seek to understand the individual before being understood by the individual. Number 4, if you understand the power behind, I say this all the time, if you understand the power behind connecting the dots, and that kind of goes back to number 2, where you don't take the meeting trying to earn something up front. You just take the meeting for what you can learn from what it can lead you to, where the dots go. Do you realize that if you just start right now connecting dots with humans, getting to know them, understanding them, leading with love, and go, I don't know what this will turn into, but I just want to connect you. I want to connect the dots and see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. You'll forge a stronger network. And then last, number 5, be willing to give. I put this in all caps. Be willing to give your time. What I mean by that? Don't go to lunch by yourself. Go to lunch with an individual. Give your time. Go to dinner with someone. Have a cup of coffee with someone. Give your time. Get on a Zoom with someone. Give your time. Help on a project. You know, Myra helps on projects all the time. Help with a project. Maybe if you're in a business like I'm in, maybe send somebody products. Just give them product. Hey, I want to send this to you. It's working for me. I want to give it to you. Ask Myra how many times the University of Tennessee sends out pictures, autographed pictures, or their team, or they're gifting it to the world around them, leading with love, adding value, and it always comes back to you. It always expands the network. And I'm going to leave you with this as I close. John C. Maxwell said, nothing of significance was ever achieved by an individual acting alone. Look below the surface and you will find that all seemingly solo acts are really team efforts. Coach, I'm going to turn it to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach. As always, fantastic information. I'm gonna get right to it. We're gonna have a little fun too. That's why Coach asked you to get a piece of paper and pencil out, because this was pretty eye-opening to me. You know, let me just ask you, what does the word network mean to you? Well, you know, up until recently, how I looked at it was, okay, a network, the TV station, a radio station, PBS, those kind of things. But you know, the definition says any net-like combination of filaments, lines, veins, passages. So that's pretty broad. But when I got the word network from Coach Palmer, I immediately thought of networking. That's how I went with it. So let me ask you this. What networking style fits your personality? I've never really thought about that. And as I'm doing the research for this morning's time with you guys, I stumbled literally upon, it's a quiz. So I'm going to ask a question, and then I'm going to give you 3 options, you know, A, B, and C. So I'm just going to kind of zoom in and write what you think you are after I give you the 3 options. And it's very interesting. Okay, question 1. When you're not at work, what activities do you gravitate toward and enjoy most? The first one, trying new restaurants with friends. That's A. B is attending big parties, events, or gatherings. Or C, staying in, watching Netflix, or reading a book. Okay. Question number 2. What type of work environment suits you best? A, I enjoy brainstorm sessions and your typical water cooler chit chat, but I need some space to think and work on my own. B, I'm happiest when I can telecommute and work out of my home office. C, I'm happiest working in an open concept workspace where I can easily collaborate with my coworkers. Okay. Next one. What adjective would your colleagues use to best describe you? A, friendly. B, charismatic. Or C, reserved. Okay. Next question. What do you struggle with most when you're writing a resume? All right. A, qualifying my achievements. B, keeping it to 2 pages or less. Or 3, bragging about my accomplishments. Okay. Next question. We got 2 more. What part of the job search process seems to come naturally to you? A, I put out a dish of candy on my desk so that people will stop by and chat. B, I circulate around the office. C, I'll wait for them to come to me. Okay, so the last one. I love this. You're asked to speak at a company-wide presentation. What's your first thought? A, I'm nervous, but I'll be okay as long as I have time to prepare. B, great opportunity for me to talk about the things I'm working on. And C, oh my Lord, no, this is my worst nightmare. Okay, so you had all these questions, A, B, or C. Now, I'm going to give you what, based upon what you said, what your results are. All right. If you answered mostly A, you're an ambivert. Your personality falls right in the middle of introvert, extrovert. In many ways, you have an advantage over your strictly introverted and strictly extroverted friends, especially when it comes to networking, because your personality doesn't lean too heavily in either direction. You have an easier time adjusting your approach to people based on the situation. This trait will come in handy when you're networking for work, from casual happy hours and coffee dates to more structured events and large conferences. All right. Now, if you answered mostly B, no surprise, you're an extrovert. You're a social butterfly who is energized by interacting with friends and strangers alike. You're just basically a go-getter. Okay. And C, if you answered mostly C, you're an introvert. You prefer to channel your energy into small groups of people. If given the choice, you'll likely opt for a quiet evening with a friend rather than a loud party full of strangers. You know, that I thought was a really cool test or a little thing to kind of open your eyes. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a valid, it's just something that I think was fun. And listen, it kind of got me on my toes a little bit. So it was kind of a fun thing to do. And I hope that you guys got a little bit of something out of it, and everything that you saw in it, that you found yourself. Hopefully it will help you figure out how to get better in the network or in your networking. Okay. Hope you have a great day. I did want to say one more thing. We have a unbelievable guest coming in to join us next week. Not sure about the day yet because of their schedule, but she's big time. So anyway, love y'all. Have a great day.
Coach, thanks for that. I love the kind of the survey there, the quiz, but and I just want to end with this for everybody that's watching in, okay? The reason I picked network is because I really want you to think personally about yourself. If you're watching this recording, if you're watching live, think about last week, your life. Who are you broadening your network with? Okay. So if you're sitting there right now going, really nobody, I just stayed at home. I didn't talk to anyone outside of this exclusive club, which, by the way, this community is a network. Get to know the people in this community more. Get to understand them more. That's going to broaden your network. But here's the thing. If you will just broaden your network and let the days turn to weeks and the weeks turn to months, you're going to end the year forging a stronger network, which is going to lead to more opportunities. It's going to lead to more opportunities. And that's what I challenge you to do. When I look at Coach Myra Miles over her years, the reason I wanted her to speak on this is if someone were to call her today and say, I'm looking for my son to go to college, and this is so important. So I know I'm taking a little more time. I'm looking for my son to go to college in Southern California. Can you help me, Coach? She would be able to reach out. She's got that connection of just going, you know what? Let me check. Let me see. I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. You never know where your network's going to lead. So start forging those and start going to bed at night and asking yourself that question. What did I do today to forge a stronger network in my life? So I just wanted us to bring this to the front, think about it, and at the end of the day, work towards forging a stronger network. Thanks, Coach Myra Miles. Guys, we love you. Have an amazing weekend. Happy Friday to you. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Bye, guys. Love y'all.
Thank you.
Have a fun
Thank
day.
you. That was great.